welcome to year 2 of Nerdbox. And first, we're going to start with a big thank you to all of the subscribers and all the people that have watched the videos. We appreciate you. Thank you for inviting us and several of our other co-creators on this channel into your homes for a little bit, just for fun. So we appreciate that. So we do have our 1-year anniversary video coming up. We'll dive into a lot of things, including new shows like this one. So you asked for it. We are here with one of our spin-offs of the Popcorn Confessional, and it's going to be based on streaming news. We'll have some other ones based on Easter eggs, so if you haven't caught the Studio 666 Easter egg video, that's up. Go check that out. We'll have some videos from time to time about things that are happening in the horror community, maybe some other movie stuff as well. But let's dive into our first on Popcorn Confessional streaming news. And we're going to talk about what's new for Shudder in May going on right now. And we'll talk about the exclusives that are coming out each month on the channel. Maybe throw in some of the movies that are also coming back to that channel. And then at the end of this video, you'll see a full list of all the movies and shows that are coming to Shudder. So stay around to the end, watch all those things, and it'll also be posted in the description of this video. So let's talk about something new that's coming on May 1st. One of my personal favorites and one of my least favorite slasher franchises, and that is Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Love everything about that movie from the first time that I saw it. Essentially, you have the return of Leatherface with some cool iconic characters that debut in this film that I would love to see again. For one, we got Chop Top, played by Bill Moseley, who's in this. We also have Stretch, who is the DJ in this, who gets the live recording of Leatherface attacking 2 teenagers on the bridge. This is such a fun movie. We also have Dennis Hopper in it, who is the chief, and he's going after Leatherface in this movie. Great movie. Probably, I would think, the best in the entire franchise. I love watching this one. It's good from start to finish. Gory goodness. Also, on May 5th, we get to see Cursed Films come out with their season finale to season 2. This is going to be based on Cannibal Holocaust. Now, Cursed Films, we started watching that. It's a great series. You get to see the bad juju that happens around some of these films like The Omen and The Exorcist, Twilight Zone, Wizard of Oz. And it's definitely a fun show if you're looking for something to binge right now. You got 10 episodes for that, season 1 and season 2. So just camp in for a night, burn through all those, and hear all the cool and eerie stories that happen around some of these films. It's kind of amazing, especially The Omen.
May 6th on Shudder, we have The Twin. It's following the aftermath of a tragic accident that claimed the life of one of their twins, Rachel, played by Teresa Palmer, who you might know from Warm Bodies and Lights Out, and her husband Anthony, Stephen Cree, from Outlander and A Discovery of Witches, relocate to the other side of the world with their surviving son in the hopes of building a new life. What begins as a time of healing in the quiet Scandinavian countryside soon takes an ominous turn when Rachel begins to unravel the torturous truth about her son and confronts the malicious forces attempting to take hold of him.
Now this is, looks like a slow burn, probably a little bit of the occult. I haven't really looked into seeing what this movie is outside of the synopsis and watching the trailer.
I mean, based on the trailer and some of the scenes, I would probably say there's some of the occult. It definitely deals with the occult. The trailer, I don't think was long enough. It didn't give me a lot of information to go off of, so I can't really say whether or not, yes, I really want to see it. I'm basically gonna probably check it out for Teresa Palmer. I do like her. So that would be, she would be the driving force behind me checking that movie out.
Yeah, she does some good horror work in this.
Yeah.
And the reason why we don't really dive into a lot of the details around the movie before it comes out, because sometimes you get too much information, then it's like you go to see, it's like, oh man, I shouldn't have read this.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have watched the trailer because now I know what's going to happen. And
Yeah.
now I lose the experience of going to see this film or even see it at home. So this is definitely one that I'm not going to look up anything else about it.
No.
Just want to see what the movie's about.
I think with trailers, I either need like that one clip that really pulls me in or an actor.
Then starting every Friday in May, season 4 of The Last Drive-In with Joe Bob Briggs. So if you've enjoyed his other specials, if you grew up on his shows on USA, Monster Vision back when we were kids, definitely go and check that out.
May 13th on Shudder, we have The Sadness. The city of Taipei suddenly erupts into bloody chaos as ordinary people are compulsively driven to enact the most cruel and ghastly things they can imagine. Murder, torture, and mutilation are only the beginning. A young couple is pushed to the limits of sanity as they try to reunite amid the violence and depravity. The age of civility and order is no more.
I will have to say, watching this trailer, I'm kind of excited for it. I know zombies have been in the forefront for 2 decades now. You think back to Shaun of the Dead and 28 Days Later. This movie has that 28 Days Later type of feel on it because it's not just zombies. It looks like there's a virus outbreak. I don't know if it's going to be on the level of Train to Busan, but this movie looks like it is a violent gore fest. Something that I expected with Yummy 2 years ago from Shudder. So I don't know if this one's going to deliver or I'm just getting teased again.
I don't know, because even the funny part is, because they were scrolling, like, you know how they have, like, people that reviewed it, you know, different sites and things like that, review it, and one place said, oh, best zombie movie ever. I don't really see it as a zombie movie, so I'm not really sure if these people watch a lot of movies. It's what they do for a living, right? They're reviewing movies, but I think they're a little lost.
Now, I'll tell you this. If you have a weak stomach for zombies, blood, guts, and gore, this is one that you're going to want to avoid.
May 19th, we have The Found Footage Phenomenon. It's directed and produced by Sarah Appleton and Philip Escott. The documentary tracks the origins of the found footage technique and how it transformed with technological changes throughout the last few decades. The found footage phenomenon features interviews with integral found footage directors whose films impacted the horror genre like no other subgenre has around the turn of the millennium.
In our top 10 horror movies, hanging up on the wall downstairs is Blair Witch. 1-sheet poster, straight from the movie theaters, double-sided. So it is amazing to think that we're going on 25 years now, maybe, 25 years of found footage films, and some of them are really good, some of them are really crap, and then you have everything in the middle, which is everything in the middle and after is kind of forgettable. Then you have franchises like Paranormal Activity that's like, no more, please, no, it wasn't that scary the first time around. It was funny to watch with our kids, to see their reactions, but found footage has had such a tremendous impact on the entire horror genre that I'm looking forward to seeing a documentary based on that and how it's kind of evolved. But also, it looks like there's a lot of crazy ass people that are making found footage films that probably shouldn't.
Yeah, because it looks like they're legit hurting themselves or other people, and it's, I mean, you know, it's like Jackass says, don't try this at home. So you're not a professional.
So if you're hankering for a documentary on horror, go check this one out. Now on May 24th comes a classic from 1981, a forgotten slasher movie called The Prowler. In this film here you have a killer dressed up in World War II attire, hard hat and all, going around with a pitchfork and killing a bunch of people. Now it's been a while since we've seen it, but I can tell you that when we both watched it, didn't leave because we were in the house, but we turned off the movie saying, wow, this was a damn good slasher film. Why didn't I see it sooner? because nobody really ever talks about it. So, you know, this is definitely one that if you're looking for that 80s style horror movie that you haven't seen before, Prowler is definitely a good one.
I'm surprised people don't talk about it, considering it takes place in New Jersey and everyone always wants to talk bad about Jersey, so why wasn't it mentioned?
I don't know. It's been a while, so it's probably worth going and give it a check out this month.
May 26th, we have The Banquet. Widowed mother Holly is radically tested when her teenage daughter Betsy experiences a profound enlightenment and insists that her body is no longer her own, but in service to a higher power. Bound to her newfound faith, Betsy refuses to eat, but loses no weight. Wow, that would be awesome. In an agonizing dilemma torn between love and fear, Holly is forced to confront the boundaries of her own beliefs.
I don't know about this one. I'll tell you, when it comes to films about like body horror and food horror, because I've kind of seen this creep up again, and it's just like, I'm kind of grossed out by it.
Yeah.
Maybe a little too artsy for me.
Yeah, and I mean, some of the stuff they were showing, like she was cooking, and I'm like, well, I don't know how that's supposed to help her daughter's somewhat weird eating disorder. I don't know.
I have the sense that there's going to be some close-ups of people chewing food and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm not with that.
And I'm one of those people that, you know, you hear people flapping their gums while they're eating. I'm one of those people that have that little disorder. It's like, shut the hell up! I can't.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like when people drink loudly. I don't like when they eat loudly.
So if that's going to be in this movie, right away I'm going to be pissed off because I don't want to hear it in a movie. That's just going to be way too much for me. Again, it looks a little artsy for me.
Yeah.
Maybe give it a chance. I don't know. If there's nothing on, maybe we'll toss it on, see if it goes anywhere. Maybe we're surprised by it.
I mean, my guess right off is that it's not going to go anywhere and that I'm not going to enjoy it. So.
I tell you this, I have a feeling that it's not about what they're promoting it as.
I'm sure it's not.
There's
it's
probably
something...
an epic twist to it.
Yeah.
That's the feeling I get.
But here's the thing. Is it going to be one of those slow movies that you're going to, like, not get the epic twist until the very end, and then you're going to be like, you know what? This was so not worth watching for that epic twist.
Yeah, just because it has an epic twist doesn't make the whole rest of the movie really good.
I mean, you need to, like, you need to entertain me at some point throughout the movie, not just at the end, because I mean, ask him. A lot of times, I just won't even make it to the end. I'll be like, forget it, just turn it off, I'm done.
Now, the rest of the movies that are coming to Shudder and TV shows that are coming to Shudder are going to play right after we're done talking right here. Please, the most important thing other than watching this video is giving it a like. The more likes it gets, the more it broadcasts out on the YouTube algorithm, and it helps us out, and it helps us bring exposure to the other shows that are coming on to the channel.
And it helps other people to know what's out there that they might want to see. Maybe somebody doesn't have Shudder. Maybe they'll decide to subscribe to it based on what they see. So.
And if you don't know, and you haven't seen Donna Jean's Coffee House of Horror, some of the things with 5 things, we are big supporters of independent film and horror.
Yes.
So, Terrifier Crew has been on, Behind the Mask has been on, Stream Crew has been on, that movie's coming, Bloody Summer Camp, they have been on. We've had a lot of independent horror film people and directors, cast members that have been on. And Night of the Living Dead Part 2. Direct sequel.
Yes.
There's some people coming on this show for it. So remember, please like this video and share it and talk it up, because support an artist. Support several artists. Not just us, but the people that we have on.
Absolutely.
So those movies are going to play right.
So let us know what you thought about this pilot episode of Streaming News. Want to see more?
Yes. And as you're watching the movies that are on this list, let us know what you think of them.
Yeah, if you see them before we do, because of course we do go to the movies sometimes a couple times a week. We don't always get to see movies at home. So
yeah, drop your reviews below, and maybe we'll throw it in a package of movies people should check out based on your feedback. And until the next, see ya.